Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Mowers and Blowers. I'm Henry, your host, and this is part two and a half, of my Toro 1238Xl Wheelhorse lawn tractor. This is lawn tractor number 5 out of the 7 that I got from a trade with my buddy Mondo Mowers. Go follow him on Instagram and YouTube. He's got very similar experiences as I, flipping small engine machines. As you guys saw from yesterday's episode, we did quite a lot. I had one of the biggest mouse nests I've ever found inside an engine. And while I thought that was the cause of why the flywheel spins so slowly, was that I was recalling, and I went and actually looked back at my older Toro Wheelhorse videos, because this is actually the 3rd one that I've had. I've had 2 other ones identical to this one. And I recall that those also spun slowly, but it was an easy ignition, And what I noticed yesterday when I took the engine shroud off to clear that mouse nest was that this starter is a little bit different than your normal Briggs & Stratton starter, while the top part of that starter has like a longer nipple that sticks up, right, with a spring. So the starter looks a little different. So maybe the RPMs were designed not to be as fast as the other ones. Like the typical Briggs ones, when you crank it, it goes fast, you know what I mean? This one goes like that. So I don't know, maybe that's it. But anyway, as you guys saw, this thing, you know what? Let's try it right now. Cold start all night. Let's see. It actually starts well off choke, like almost like low throttle. It starts well. Anyway, I just wanted to start it up to see if it starts up well. I don't want to get the engine too hot because while yesterday I did change the magneto, because the old magneto looked terrible, and also it had like mice had already chewed it up, and so somebody had wrapped it with some electrical tape. So I thought maybe if I swapped out a magneto, it might start a little bit easier, which it did, This does need an oil change today. I'm going to do that a little bit later, but the first thing I'm going to do to address the outstanding issues is, well, first, the hood. The hood is in shambles, right? And I kind of repaired it yesterday a little bit, but I'm going to touch that up a little bit later if we had time. But today the major thing is to correct the steering. So it turns sharply going left, but it doesn't turn sharply going right. As you can see, it stops right there, okay? That's like 15, 20 degrees. So it won't turn very sharply going to the right. But on the left, it turns very well. So what I have to do is, I gotta remove the deck. I have to remove the deck anyway because I want to check out the condition of it. I have no idea what the condition of this deck is, other than the fact that you can see there are about 4 or 5 rotted holes on the right side over here. So I'm going to remove the deck anyway. That'll give me better access to check out the steering mechanism, the steering sectors, if you will. I suspect that it's probably jumped a couple of teeth, so it's not exactly in the middle. So when you're turning this, you have too much teeth on one end to be able to turn it very sharp on the left, but not that much teeth because it stops you when it reaches its limit going to the right. I'm going to show you what the steering looks like. So actually, if you're looking through here, right, it actually looks like it's towed out a little bit, Also, another bonus is that yesterday I inflated all 4 tires because they were all low or flat, and I thought maybe it was just a temporary thing. But actually today, it's been overnight. All four wheels. They hold air. Good condition, actually. There's no dry rot or cracks. Scores! So here we go. So when you're turning it left, right, it has great angle. You can turn it very sharply. But then going to the right, it stops right there. Won't let you turn anymore. So I'm thinking that the teeth are misaligned on the bottom. Either that or that rod that holds the back bracket from the left and the right wheels, that could be bent. Just like the problem I had with my recent tow out video of that other Craftsman that I had. I think that was tractor number 3. So I'm going to remove the deck. I'm going to put it on its side so that I can get under there and check out the steering sector better. So as you can see, I have the tractor on its side now, so I have a better look of what the steering looks like. And so look, I want to first show you. It's placed so that the wheels are straight, right? Pretty much. And it's lying on there like that. Oh shit. Alright, well now it's really straight. I just hope that the oil doesn't leak out everywhere. It's alright. Just leave it the way it is. It's on its side. Alright, so check it out. This is a good look at it. This wheel is horizontal, right? Pretty much perfectly. Bottom as well. So this is straight. It's a good guide for it to be straight, or close to it, you know. Here's the drag link to the steering sector. So what do you see here, fellas? See the steering sector? How there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 teeth on the left side of this cog, right? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 14 teeth on that side. Well, that's the reason right there, I think, is that there are 14 on one side and 10 on the other. So it's a total of 24, right? So if it's 24, you got to split it right in the middle, so it should be 12. So 2 teeth have skipped on this side. I know that doesn't seem like a whole lot, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to loosen this 1/2-inch bolt there, loosen the, looks like a 1/2-inch bolt here, remove them both, kind of slide that out, move it 2 teeth over so that it's right in the middle, and that ought to fix my problem, I think. Anyway, I'm going to try that out. While I'm down here, I might as well let you guys see what's going on here. As you can see, everything looks relatively clean, to be honest with you. This is a double stack pulley. This is the pulley where this is the mower deck PTO engagement is. There's a wire that connects to the tension idle pulley. Tension pulley for the deck. This is the pulley to the brake, where it moves to tighten the drive belt. There's the transmission. Doesn't look too bad at all. Kind of cool. As you can see here, that belt actually rubs on a tire. We don't really want that kind of resistance, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking if I just took a zip tie and just tied it like that, I mean, it's still going to have the springy action, you know? As long as it doesn't touch the wheel. I put a zip tie there just to hold the spring up from rubbing. It's going to flex left and right with no issues. I've been at this for 3 hours. Battery died, still messing with it. So look, the sector, right, had 26 teeth. 13 on each side is what I counted. As I went and counted 13, there was a line right in the middle. So basically, the line was telling you exactly where halfway was on the 13 out of 26. It wasn't lined up. It was off by 3 teeth. So whatever happened, popped back on. So I got that all straightened out. Now it's equal, right? But the turning radius for both is not as good as the first one. But the other one is even with the other one. So that'll do. But I still didn't feel good because when I was down there, I noticed that bar, the rod that connects this wheel to that wheel in the back, was also bowed out like that, you know? Same thing with my Craftsman LT1000 where it had a toe out. While this didn't really seem like it was a toe out, I thought maybe it might make a difference. So I took it off, banged it, straightened it out nice and straight, put it back on. It didn't really make much of a difference, but I feel better that it's straight, you know? While I was down there, there are 2 keepers for the double stack pulley. One of them was bent, all discombobulated, man. And it was attached to the left front engine mount bolt, which I removed because I wanted to take that keeper out and bend it back into shape, you know, so that took a while. But finally got it done, put it back together again. I put the hood back on, but because it's been cracked and re-glued together, right, it's also missing some parts here. This part, this silver part, doesn't really fit all that well on here anymore. You know what I mean? It's like barely on there. But I did rewire it. Hey! It's got headlights, even though it's, you know, it's kind of a raggedy hood, you know, it's on here, but it's not that good. So now it steers. It steers well. It's got my headlights back on. I put the hood back on. I even took that deck off, as you saw, and I took some pulleys off to grease them and make them smooth. I actually put it back on again with the original belt. The belt was Dunsky, but I put it on anyway because I didn't have another one that was exactly the same size. But it looks like I might have one in the back that's a little bit longer. And this seemed like it could use a little bit of slack, so maybe that might work. I might put it on. But the deck is still kind of messed up, so I'm not going to do it. I don't really know what to do with this because I can't sell it the way it is with the deck like that. I don't have a belt either, so you don't know what to do. I didn't have time to do an oil change because, well, I've been busy doing this, you know, and I'm pretty tired. I think I need to fix the seat tomorrow, and I'll do the oil change tomorrow too. That's what I'll do. But this thing runs good. I just checked the battery too. It charges the battery as well. So tomorrow I'll try to make the seat look a little bit better and maybe get that longer belt and try to put it on here and see if the mower deck works. Maybe if I feel up to it, I might try to weld the holes, and we'll do the oil change tomorrow. But thanks a lot for joining me today. I mean, while I did a ton of work, I don't really feel like I accomplished much, you know what I'm saying? That's just how things go sometimes, you know. Chip away at stuff, although we do have lights that are switched, which is very cool. And the hood is back on here again. Steering got worked out. Keepers. It takes a lot to work on a lawn tractor. But I should be kind of thankful because this is only my second episode on this thing. I don't really think I can get much for this thing because it's kind of in rough shape, even though it runs pretty well. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. of mowers and blowers.
Guys, support my channel via sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com. See you guys on my next project. Have a great day.